It's like those fans. I remember being that fan.
Marianne.
I wanted to jump to the TV like a grandma.
All right, here.
Yeah, that's where we were.
Tammy, how are ya?
I remember that match. I'm sure you do. When once the kid beat Razor Ramon, I was mad because Razor Ramon was one of my favorite wrestlers.
James Earl Moore. All right. Everybody's like,
James. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Lorene, did you see my text? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry about that. I said I did and I answered it. Sorry.
No, I just saw it. Did you say it?
Yeah, I did. I had my mute button on though. I was talking to you with the mute on. The button my husband wishes I had at home.
At home. So I have to show you. Let's see if you guys can see my shirt. Can you see my shirt?
Oh, cute. I like it.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Well, hello. We got Robin and Randy and Pamela and Dr. Lisa and a couple phone numbers.
Hi, Marianne. Bob in Oregon.
Hello, Bob. Welcome.
Thanks.
All right. Oh my goodness. I get more scam likely phone calls, I tell you. All right, hopefully. I got like 2 minutes. Hello, Vincent Cunningham and Lanny Sharp. And oh, I saw Tom. He popped on for a second. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Woohoo! All right.
Great show this afternoon. That 3:30 was awesome.
Nice.
The radio show killed it, didn't it? Wow.
Yes, it did.
Oh, you know, it's amazing. It's amazing how what's happened over the last month. We put that studio in. Marianne and James put that show together, and it looks like movie star quality. And we built contact mapping from scratch in nothing flat. Mm-hmm. So while you guys are just sitting here in shock about all that, keep texting your leaders to get on this call. So it's great you're on here, but that doesn't count. Absolutely does not count. I want you to send something to Hanny, Peggy. I want you to send something to somebody. I was looking for other people in your groups. So we're just going to sit here for a second. Do you mind if I go grab a quick glass of water? I know we're supposed to start. Can I have 1 minute, you guys? It'll take me that long to get it.
All right.
I just did that show. That show was so, I'm like in shock at how well that went.
All righty, here. Yeah, if you guys get a chance, Tom and Denise are real cute. And then also they talked a lot about the people at the ANMP and that event and contact mapping, of course. But all right, we're loading up here. I love it. Hello, Peggy, and Rhonda, Brenda, Claire. Oh, what do we got here? Ooh, I don't have a chat going yet.
Lorraine.
Yep, Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine.
Lorraine and Peggy and Lanny and Claire, Robin, Tammy.
Dum 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 dum. All right, I'm back.
Dum 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 dum.
Yeah. Hello, Pamela. All right, let's see what we got here. Denise is coming on pretty quick. You wanted to talk to me about something, and I was out of town, and we were going to talk, and then you said right now, and I said fine, and then I lost you, and I lost you in my mind. So if I dropped the ball on that, I do want to apologize, and that's that simple. What just happened? Did I lose you guys? Can you hear me?
You froze.
Can you hear me there?
I can hear you. You just, there you go. You're
Yeah,
back.
we hear you.
I went away for a while. Well, Robin Tanner took her maiden name out of the middle of her profile picture on that thing. So she's no longer Robin Batiste Tanner. She's just Robin. This is rather frightening. So that's good news or bad news or something. I don't know what that was, but here we go. Okay, so hello, everybody. It is Tom Chenault. It's Denise Chenault. We've just gotten back from the ANMP, and it was crazy how cool it was. But I saw something happen there, and you know me, when I do this show, I never really know what's going to come out of my mouth until I look at you guys, and all of a sudden, looking in your faces, you kind of tell me. So, number one, the guy that was supposed to shadow me this morning stood me up. And so we're going to go terrorize him in a little while too. So that's going to be kind of cool because nobody's off the hook. I mean, this is that simple. I mean, we don't just because somebody stands us up doesn't mean that, I don't chase people, but something might have gone wrong and we're going to call him up and say, what the hell happened? So that's going to happen between here and there. Denise is going to give us a recap of her favorite parts of the ANMP before that, but this is a glass of vodka and I'm going to take a big hit off of it. Oh, I can't. Where's James? So I'm taking a big hit right now because that was a toast to James Earl Moore. Because I saw James Earl Moore passionate at a level that he was unstoppable this weekend. And James Earl Moore didn't have any incentive to be that passionate or that crazy. He went down there. We didn't pay a commission for bringing people to the contact mapping booth. It was all a matter of belief and excitement and insane intensity. And before we go anywhere, I want to ask James Earl Moore exactly why he was so off the chart crazy during that event. So James, tell us the story.
Well, Tom, I wasn't attached to an outcome. My goal was just to get people to contact mapping. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. I got to run around and pull everybody in. I got to where people were going, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to. I said, what are you doing right now? Let's go. I grab them by the hand, take them to contact mapping. And everyone that went and looked at it said it was remarkable. So,
but that's good. But where did you, you had one of the largest network marketers in the world, one of the most obnoxious women you have ever met in your life. She's got tattoos up and down her leg to who knows where. Wears these crazy, great, horrible skirts, has this orange and blue and purple and crazy hair. And she walked up to me and said, James was obnoxious. I go, Jesse Lee, you spot it, you got it. You're obnoxious. But true story.
Pot kettle, Tom, pot kettle.
But tell me why that showed up and how that showed up and how you transfer that. You were not, what was crazy is you're at a lot of Monday night presenter schools. And one of the things that you talk about is fear of rejection. What the hell happened there? You were grabbing $1 million earners and asking them over and over and over again to come over to that booth. What's the difference and what stops you in network marketing, if anything?
Well, I didn't have to explain anything to anybody. All I had to do was get them there. And they kept saying, well, what is it? I said, look, I'm going to run the movie, all right? Take this 2-minute demo. You'll be happy you did. You're going to want to hug me. One guy says to me, he goes, don't promise something you can't keep now. He gets over there and tells Marianne I told him that she would hug him. So I got accused of pimping out Marianne.
That's okay. So let me keep this going a little bit. So you didn't have to explain anything. You just had to get them over there to the demo.
Right. Yep.
What's the difference between that and the tools, James? What's the difference between that and the Dead Doctors Don't Lie tape, or your favorite video, or a 3-way? You know, you were bringing people over there, and shout out to Marianne, to Adrienne Chenault, to Courtney Chenault, and to Callie Chenault, because what James would do was drag them across the room, and then at that point we would bring in the artillery. What's the difference between that and what we're doing here in Longmont, everywhere we're going? I need to know that. It's important for all these people watching.
Okay, so everybody was in one location, and all I had to do was get them to that spot. I knew people were going to be there. I even watched the whole contact mapping booth and made sure that I didn't overload them. I tempered my drag of people, so sometimes I had a couple of people with me so I could get them in a group training. But I had to temper that, so I did, because I could have had people standing around waiting, and I didn't want to do that to people. People were busy, so it was because everybody was in one spot. I knew they were there. I could get them there. I guess I have some type of, I don't know if there's some kind of reject or fear around, having scheduled stuff for people. Like if I know Marianne's going to be there every day, then I could, drag people to her. So I made sure they didn't have idle time very often.
Tell whoever's in the office with you to.
Yeah, I just sent Marianne a note. You know who it was? It's John Farragher. Tell him to shut up. So it's so funny. Our office is the greatest collection of misfits you've ever seen in your life, everybody. So we know all these guys so well that we can literally spot their voice and tell. I could hear it in the background. So Tamara, they were also already proactive people. They were already people that you had looking for us. Now, I want you to think about what you just said there, Tamara. I want you to think about what you just said there, James, and think of how you can shift that, because I don't care about contact mapping here. Contact mapping is contact mapping is contact mapping. You can download it or you can't at contactmapping.com, knowing there's another drawing coming on Friday, but I don't care about it. Maybe I do.
Plug.
Yeah. So anyway, so he never stopped smiling, but every one of us should be able to build those mousetraps in our own town. That's that simple. If you're at a health food store, you go into that mousetrap and you start talking Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the various things that people are walking in there for. If you're walking over to the hotel and there's other meetings of other things, you grab a couple of you and you do the same thing. You set the mousetrap up. You say, hey, I want you, there's a great opportunity over here called Longevity. I've got my partner over there named Marianne Niehaus. I've got my partner over there named Adrienne Chenault. I've got my partner over there named Tom Chenault. I don't care, Denise Chenault, whomever it might be. And James, we found what you're good at. That's our job, to find out what you love to do and what you're good at and where you're bulletproof. Now we've got to put that environment together for you. Now I want you to think about your own teams. How are you going to do that with Lanny Sharp? How are you going to do that with Tamara Willis? How are you going to do that with Marianne Niehaus and Sharon Rennick? Because that's what we've got to be able to do, is figure out how every one of you guys gets served at a level that you've never been served before, where you're feeling better and you're feeling completely unstoppable, where nothing is going to take you off your game. And that's my job. How do we do that? How do we do that? That's what I want to know. How do we help you do that? So we're going to flip it over to Denise right now, and we're going to talk to her for a minute. Here's Robin Tanner, man. She's unstoppable. She calls me on the phone. Tom, I heard you're tied up in San Francisco. Lars and I are going to come over to the airport and have a cup of coffee with you. Oh, no, you're not. We're in between flights. Oh, yes, we are. Then all of a sudden we got delayed. I called her up and I said, hey, man, we got a little bit of time. What are you guys doing? We've got the grandkids. Oh, really? But that's not going to stop us. We'll bring the grandkids over. They can play with toys and we can talk to you. And why? Because she wanted to be unstoppable in that conversation. Where is it that we help you get to unstoppable? I watched Lorene Williamson take over at the ANMP. She is so well loved. She is so well respected. She knows the rock stars. It's unbelievable. And that's what we've all got to become. We've got to become by far better, our best us. Right now, you should have it on Facebook. I'm looking at how many people are in here. 34 people. We usually have in the 70s. Something didn't get announced. So we've got it. You guys should be, I don't know if it's on my Facebook wall or the walls of like 65 and a wake up. But while you guys are listening to me pontificate, be throwing it up on those walls that this thing's going on so people can get on there and watch this, because we've got to get you trained. We've got to get you to 5-star. We've got to have you in the club. We've got to have you owning your life at a level you've never owned it before. We've got the best deal in town. Denise is going to talk to you about that right now. Take it away, little Denise. I'm sorry I interrupted you before. Hi. Hello.
What do you want me to talk about?
Talk about what you felt out of there, what you felt about James, what you felt about the ANMP, what you felt about the speakers, what you felt about content. I'm going to talk a little bit with Marianne about Jen Lockhart, about chats, about online recruiting, a lot of that stuff. So it's going to be a great hour here. Let's go.
Okay, so here's the thing. These events, I mean, the ANMP is awesome. It's one of my favorite events. It's a smaller event. There were less than 1,000 people there, which as a participant in the audience, what that means to you is that you have a far more likelihood of being able to rub elbows and be able to speak with and talk with the speakers and some of these big time network marketers. And so that's one. Two, what I love about it is that it's basically the TED Talks of network marketing. 18 minutes is the length of the speeches, and what that enables them to do is be able to have 80 plus speakers, 5 different panels, and so they just jam a lot of people in. And hats off to Todd Falcone, who had to end the weekend, which, you know, you don't want to be the first and you don't want to be the last, because after 80 speakers, believe me, everything's been said. You know, why go to a industry-wide event? The defining moment, let me tell you this. The defining moment for Tom and I in our business was the year that we said we are going to go to every single industry-wide event this year. And we went to GoPro, we went to ANMP, we went to Mastermind, we went on the Mastermind cruise. We did 5 different events that year, and I am telling you, and I think Tom would agree. Yes, Tom? Tom
Yes.
would agree that was an absolute defining moment in our business when we went and did that. From the standpoint of the amount that we learned in that 1 year was absolutely incredible. And then we really knew we were on the path to becoming big time network marketers. We were doing everything that those guys were saying, those people were saying. And So that's just a little aha moment for you all. I think that everybody should go to one professional event a year just so that you can get that social proof that you really are in the right profession, because so many of us for sometimes many years, we have one foot in and one foot out. If you don't have a massive success, then you always have a little bit of a foot out. And so going to these events, it's from an energy standpoint, it's amazing. From an educational standpoint, it's amazing. And then you hear stories where out of 80 people, you're going to hear at least one story that you go, that's me. That was me. She's talking about me. And you can say, if she can do it, I can do it. There's going to be at least one person, because every single person has a story of hitting that roadblock where they thought, I don't know if I can do this. Larry Thompson, huge legend in network marketing. And Tom will talk more about Larry Thompson. Larry Thompson talked about when he was first in, and he had quit his job. He was a kid. He was in his 20s. And they had him with Herbalife going into markets. They were actually going to close down the U.S. market and just go international. And they said, you know what, Larry, you go to Texas. He did 30 meetings in 28 days. And it wasn't until, we always hear you talk to 10 people, you'll get 9 no's, you'll get 1 yes. And so he was like, okay, I talked to 9 people. They all said no. Okay, here it is. Here's my yes. And it was a no. And it was a no. And it was a no. And 90 days of no's. 90 days of no's. And finally it turned around for him. And he's, I don't know what his lifetime earnings were, but he was sitting next to Jeff Roberti, and let's see, Jeff Roberti, I wrote down, hold on one quick sec. Jeff Roberti's lifetime earnings, oh God, I went too far, hold on. So sorry.
Okay, you're killing us, Schmalls.
I know, you
find some good
I'll come back.
Okay, find some good quotes and keep looking at it. But what I wanted you guys to get out of that is a bunch of life lessons. And this thing was powerful, but we brought the training back to you. And Marianne, get ready to unmute. One thing that came out of it for me that was really, really powerful is how much, and you guys all love this Facebook Messenger, and you love Instagram, and you love iChat, and you love everything. And, I get pushback from so many people. Robin's woman, I can't remember what her name is, Anseli or whatever her name is, said she never talks to human beings. And I rolled my eyes at that, and I'm still completely allergic to that conversation, by the way. But at the end of the day, there is a lot happening on Facebook Messenger that I didn't realize. And they are setting up all kinds of groups, and they are really, really making it happen. And we're going to master that for you. So we're going to be taking you into BTT groups where everybody's just going to be talking BTT, and you can pull people in there. I'm going to set some groups up for literally everything that is going to light your hair on fire for your people. And you can drop them right where they want to be. They want to talk about BTT or Z Radical for Victoria Barron, or what Duke University for Peggy Gleason. I don't give a rat's what it is. We can build a group around that, and we can build these group chats that you can have literally all going all day long, building your business. And as a professional network marketer, those of you that aren't are nauseated by that thought even, but those of you that are going, holy moly. And I'm watching my little kids from San Antonio, Texas. One of them has the first name of I and her last name is Phone. The other one, that's you. And wave at everybody. And then you've got Kayla, and then you've got, then I see my buddy Shannon. These kids their average age is about 12. And I hope that you would be sending texts over to all your sidekicks that are in the young group down in San Antonio, Texas, telling them to get on here, Dylan and Devin and all these people, because I am telling you, the intensity, the excitement, the fun of network marketing is why people do this business.
Well, here, and the San Antonio young group, what they have done extremely well is create a culture of linking arms and driving to the events. And, you know, we always hear, and Eric Worre talks about, it's not necessarily the event, it's what happens after the event. It's the team building that takes place after the event. It's the linking the arms and, oh, remember when we almost broke down on the side of the road, and, you know, all that is the most memorable out of everything. And when Tom says, we're going to bring the training back to you, believe me, over the weekend, we heard many people say, don't bring the training back to them. Because that, first of all, you can't ever be able to duplicate the energy, ever. And, you know, you get little tidbits here and there. But when you bring the training back, then people go, oh, I guess I didn't really need to go. And so we're breaking the rules. We always break the rules. We always bring the training back to you. But just know that there's training out there that says that trainers out there that say, don't bring the training back.
Yeah, they can go jump in a lake. So here's the deal.
But here's the thing, Jeff Roberti, $100 million in cumulative income over 32 years. He was sitting at a table in the front taking notes the entire weekend. That's amazing to me. So, yeah, the learning never ends. When Tom was talking about Facebook chats, one of the big aha moments for me was, I can't read that. Nobody can read that.
That is from Jeff Roberti asking if he can call me at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow.
Oh, it's because he needs my number. I'm just kidding. No, one of my big aha moments was Margie Aliprandi, who talked about what they're utilizing a lot is three-way chats through Facebook Messenger. Now, what I like about this, and I'm not saying that this totally replaces the phone, but being able to set up a three-way chat in Facebook is really cool because it is not dependent upon somebody being available and somebody, you know, lining up people to be available. So, yeah, so what's cool is, I was just looking at her notes. That's one of the things that they're using, you know, saying, hey, welcome so-and-so to the team. And you know, all the specifics of a three-way call are still utilized, but it's just not dependent upon a specific time.
Yeah, and it works all over the world. So, for instance, Hanny has got this huge group over in the Philippines, and there's a lot of times Hanny's sleeping. I mean, that's that simple. And she can put her team on that call. And when she wakes up, she can go down and glance at her phone and go, holy mackerel, and answer those questions for her team. That, I mean, it is insane about this technology. If you let this technology, if you use this technology and not let this technology use you. The last time I heard, and I hear a lot of rumors out there on Facebook Lives and everything else about Mark Zuckerberg giving you a free color TV for all the likes that you put on Facebook, but I don't believe any of it. None of that is money-making activity. So even though you win all the prizes for this and that and the whole shot, I want you guys to build businesses. I want you to build intensity. I want you to build it like you've never built before. I'm going to build rank-specific rooms now. I didn't realize I could build a group just for sales associates, build a group just for senior associate, build a group for 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. So we train at different levels for people that are in those rooms. And unless you're qualified in those rooms, you don't get to come in. You don't get that advanced level stuff unless you qualified that month. It will work to get all people raising. Luis Ariaza, I mean, you guys know him. He is in momentum. His culture is ripping the cover off the ball. Why? Because they're all doing the same thing every day with massive intensity. I want you guys doing all the same thing every day with massive intensity. Where does that start? What does that look like? I hate to break it to you, but it's 2 interviews a day and 1 3-way call. That's that simple. And everybody's going, whoa, I don't know I can do that. Heck yes, you can do it. It's all a matter of desire. That's that simple. It's just exactly like quitting drinking. I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, you can. Just quit drinking. Go to meetings. I don't know if I can give up sugar. I don't know if I can give up gluten. I don't know if I can give up grains. Yeah, you can. Just have a big enough why. I do. It's called it's called 3 kids and 3 grandkids. It's easy for me now because I made that decision. But I'm going to tell you, we put this thing together. I'm going to need help because it's going to be a massive undertaking getting all these groups set up and putting the light out on them. But I'll tell you one thing right now, if we're building this stuff with success, people are going to come. I can't force anybody to do anything. I can't force you to go to the convention. The convention has to look to you like it's the greatest thing that ever happened. And you're going to feel you're going to leave there making more money than when you got there. And you're going to figure out a way to go to convention. Same thing with 65 and a wake up. Is there anything worth all this pain of going through 65 days of interviewing 2, posting it in 3-way 1 with your upline? Heck yes, there is. And I'm promising you it will work. It is so simple. I promise you it will work. And now I see from Hanny Sai that even the coffee shop interview is working in Malaysia. It's working in Malaysia. The 2 interviews a day. What?
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's very cool. It is duplicatable into other countries.
Denise is throttling me down. Go ahead.
No, here's what I want to say, because this was another aha moment for me from Larry and Taylor, is the 80-15-5 concept. And what that was that 80% of your group will be happy with making $500 a month. 15% of your group is happy with making $5,000 a month, and 5% of your group wants to make over $50,000 a month. So when we talk about the coffee shop interview and two interviews a day and 1 3-way call, I don't think that's that 80%. I think you guys are the 15 and 5%, right? I think that really, because it takes a lot to generate that and then to do the follow-up in addition, because we're not talking about just talking with people and leaving them hanging. You're wanting to put people into your business. And so I think that you're the top 20%. I don't think you're the 80%. I don't think you're going to be happy with $500 a month. But just know that most of your group are those people.
Yeah. Does that make sense to everybody? But you can't force people to be where they don't want to be.
Exactly.
Your job is to sort and look for those 5. Your job is to serve everybody, love everybody, drop them where they want to be, but don't try to get an 80%, that guy that wants to make $500 a month, to be a $5,000 a month earner. Don't try to turn that guy into an all-in $100,000 a month earner. Let them state themselves and show themselves to be that. And then, Jennifer, I want to know who you are. So just get ready. Unmute Jennifer Bishop.
And then I think we should go to Lorraine too and ask her what her, after you talk with Jennifer, ask Lorraine what her aha moments were.
Yeah. Jennifer, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Who are you?
I am actually in Robert Blackman's team. I am a part of Youngevity. And I started Youngevity because I've got the company I was with emerged. The company that emerged was Sozo Global.
Right.
And so I've been with it ever since. I've been trying to grow it along with a couple of tools I use along my business, but I won't get into that. Anyways, I've been at it for a little while. Been working on, I'd say, 6 years in network marketing, and I just want to be successful. I've got 2 kids I'm trying to get back right now. I have a newborn baby boy who was just born on May 16th, and I have
May 16th. That's like a week ago?
about a couple weeks ago, yes, May
Well,
6th.
girl. And where do you live?
I live in Oklahoma City.
That's where Robert Blackman lives. I love Robert Blackman. He's been a dear friend of mine for many years. So that's
Yes.
exciting.
Yes, I'm one of his people. I'm actually on his team. So, yeah,
Okay.
I'm excited about it too.
Okay, so what you need to understand is we are here and committed to help you. We are network marketers teaching network marketing to people, and we are going to try to teach you from stepping in the potholes where people are wasting your time, where you're wasting your time. That's what I went broke enthusiastically and took other people with me in my career. And I was a stockbroker. I was an airplane salesman. When I came in as a stockbroker, I thought I knew everything about multi-level marketing. All I talked about was the great Tom Chenault, and a guy named Bill Shepard 20 years ago pulled me aside. Said, Tom Chenault, you've got unbelievable skills. Unbelievable. You could be great at this business, but you are such an arrogant jerk. And until you understand that you've got to make it about everybody else and forget about you, you are going to fail dismally, and people are going to hate you. And they're already starting to you because you won't stop talking about yourself and how great you are. And I learned, I was able to hear that guy say that. And I was able to turn that into a life lesson where I got committed to not only, I thought that if I was a big stockbroker and I had all these sales skills and all these accolades and all this education going for me, that I could use that and say, okay, well, I understand. Getting in the foxhole in this business and being one of us and understanding how we roll and how we live and how we die this business is something that you can't read in a book. I'm looking for a word here, analytics to give you this. This business is all heart. And the person who's got the biggest heart, who understands it's about other people, wins. It's that simple. And I am begging all of you guys to get that. And where you're going to get that experience is documenting 66 straight days of interviews, documenting 66 straight days of talking to 2 people a day, documenting what it takes. Pamela Schwartz, I'm not going to go to Lorraine right now. I'm going to Pamela Schwartz, went to Harvard. She got her brains beat in 65 days and a wake up. Got through it, had her upline say, oh man, if Tom Chenault is so great and if 65 days and a wake up is so great, how come you aren't a 5-star right now? You punched him in the face. Talk about that a little bit, will you please, Pamela?
I wouldn't say I punched anybody in the face. That's just not my style. But I can say that, I know that the technique works. I see the difference that happens. I went and met someone today for lunch and tea at Panera that I had met at the pool and just loved on her. Somebody that we happen to sit next to, and she's from Boston, and we got talking, and we met today and sat for almost 2 hours together, and never once did I bring up anything about the business, but I listened. And I heard so many things about the fact that she wants to be an entrepreneur. And I did see that she had a towel that said Mary Kay on it. So I know that she's obviously in the mindset of liking, to be in a business. But I wasn't hearing about massive success that she was having. And so it's about building that relationship. And she's going to be traveling for the next month. She'll be back the first week in July. And we already have plans to get back together then. So I know the feeling is different because when you start throwing up on people's shoes, how bad you feel afterward. It does not feel good when you're being selfish. And so if you can come from your heart and love on people and listen to what's going on for them, they will come back and ask for what you have, and they will be grateful, and they will say, as they've said to me over the course of time, thank you for not pushing me. Thank you for just being there for me, and I'm ready now.
And I can see some of you texted your upline and told them to come on. So I see Devin Suggs on here, who is a rock star. He was down in Dallas. He drove over from San Antonio. His brother was out of state. Lorene Williamson, talk a little bit about network marketers doing network marketing. and getting the distractions off the table and only going down the lane of what proven success is. This is not an experiment, you guys. This is proven system where you can see people that have made a lot of money teaching you how to do it. No practicing on you guys. We're not going to let anybody practice on you. This is real time. We're going to help you build your business one person at a time at a level you've never seen before. So take it away, Lorene. What'd you learn? How's your business going? What's going on with you?
Well, it's going great, Tom. And I tell you, every time I go to the ANMP, I pick up more nuggets. And the biggest thing is you have to understand that even $1 million earners have bad days, and they have days that team members let them down and they feel like they've let team members down. We talked about things like tap rooting, where you train your leaders to.
Hey, Mary, hey, you guys, I just see that the company is doing their kickoff call, which somehow that news evaded me, which is crazy. So I do not want you on this call. I want you to, here's the deal about a company event. It trumps everything. So all of you got to get off of here and go hop on that company event right now. So Alex, Tice, and everybody else feels supported. I've got to think it's somewhere on, I interrupted you, but somebody just threw that up there. Oh, Pamela Schwartz, you did it. But here's,
yeah, they're all there already.
Huh?
It's on the longevity wall and they're already active.
All right, get on there and get up there. You got
Love you, Lorraine.
Yeah, go get it done right now. God bless you, Tamara. Everybody get over there. We're leaving this thing. We're going over there right now.
An amazing product launch that you absolutely want to be part of. You do not want to miss this